World of Bosses. This mod adds multiple bosses. Each boss has its own unique ability. They cannot be found and need to be summoned with special items. Each boss has a corresponding summoning item. Most of them can be crafted, and there are also cannot be obtained with recipes. Nameless One is an old mage who summons multiple copies of himself, or summons skeleton minions to assist in battle. Skeleton minions do not burn even during the day, and equipped with excellent armor and weapons. Vulcan creates a massive explosion with its body, knocking players into the air. Sand Giant can summon a sandstorm on the ground. If it smashes its cactus to the ground, piles of cacti will instantly grow on the ground. Prismarine Watcher is good at strengthening herself with prismarine shards. Additionally, it summons multiple hearts of the sea to surround itself, causing water explosions on players that get close. Ancient Wizard sweeps the ground with countless blades, causing bleeding damage to players. Crimson Vampire has the ability to summon blood pillars and incarnate blood pools to avoid player attacks. If caught by it, it will absorb the player's blood into its body and transform it into its own. Monoite Skeleton stomps to the ground, awakening countless souls and transforming them into undead minions. Additionally, it also has the ability to summon the Fang of the Evoker. Merciless Assassin is an agile assassin who teleports and sneaks up on players with shurikens. Handhead will raise its hand and shoot a destructive death ray from its hidden eyes. After this, there will be an explosion on the ground it walks on. Froverlord is a frost giant with a super defensive frost shield. Easgull directs its own electricity into the ground, summoning countless lightning hands. In addition, it also charges itself with electricity. Volcanium looks like a cauldron, and it will spit out infinite flames from its mouth. If it gets close enough to the player, it jumps up and slams into the ground. Flaming Berserker is a flame giant. It will smash the ground with a giant shovel, splashing countless flames. Frost Magma is a mixture of ice and fire. It will rain fire and ice from the sky. Rib Golem has 6 strong limbs and will throw the player hard. The last one is Ender Ordnance. It will knock the player into the air with its spinning body. Then it will charge again. Every second of contact will cause the player to take huge damage. Nether Mushrooms. Nether Mushrooms adds crimson and warped variants of the more common overworld mushroom types. Feeding either variant of fungus of the opposite type will transform the mushroom. Both crimson and warped variants are tempted and breed by nether wart. Mechanic and behavior-wise, these new variants act exactly like their overworld counterparts. Enemy Expansion. Enemy Expansion has added a lot of new mobs in this update. Since there are too many of them, I may have missed a few, so for the full content, please download the mod to experience. Spectre is a supportive enemy spirit who will possess nearby undead, buffing them notably and bestowing them its robes. It'll jut right out again upon the mob's death, or it'll be vulnerable to being banished with a mere tap. Gallant is a hacking and slashing possessed suit of armor that can quickly shred through you if you're not careful around it. While slow at first, sustaining more damage increases its resolve to kill you, and extensively its speed. It rusts in water, slowing it down, so use this as a chance to retreat if needed. Scorpion, with a preference for warmer climates such as deserts and badlands. The scorpion turns invisible upon taking damage. Keep track of its glowing eyes, or face the consequences of a bout with poison and nausea. Wasp is found buzzing about forests after dark. Try to avoid getting stung by them, as in addition to a variety of nasty effects, the resultant pheromone release also has a chance of summoning even more wasps to dispose of you. Killing them yields their pheromone sac as an item, which can be thrown to summon a wasp drone that'll attack monsters. Ladybug is a lush cave-dwelling arthropod with a sturdy shell. The ladybug is a neutral mob who will pack a punch should you mess with it. Not only with you, but with undead mobs and spiders, whom it is endlessly hostile towards. Should a ladybug fall in battle to an undead, it will be reborn as a zadybug. If you feed a ladybug spider eyes, there's a chance it'll spit healing goo back out at you, which can be thrown at allies to heal them, and undead to damage them. Cinder is the Nether's first and only new addition. Taking the place of every 5th blaze, the Cinder is unlike its daintier brother in almost every way. Where the blaze hovers in the air and attacks from a distance, the Cinder floats close to the ground, rushing towards you to slice you to bits with its powerful, arrow-resistant shields. Upon its defeat, will drop some of it in the form of Cinder scrap. Use this precious metal by applying it atop a netherite helmet so that you may reap its benefits of increased speed when on fire and a massive super jump when touching lava. Petri Men is a rocky humanoids who live exclusively in caves. They're all remarkably sturdy, resisting ranged and burning attacks exquisitely. Silver King is an overgrown bedbugs who will leak silverfish when hurt. Using a sword against them allows you to banish their silver spawn before they even have a chance to touch the ground. Intruder is a heavy-set creeper variant who cannot be knocked back. With an even stronger explosion and the ability to survive its own blasts to boot, stay as far away from this guy as you can. If you have to get close, make the most of your shields. Crawler is a lightweight creeper variant akin to the Intruder. This guy lacks health, strength, and weight, but makes up for it in speed. Its lightweight proves a benefit to it, as it can use its own explosions to propel itself through the air, making it hard to catch. Troll could be considered a warden progeny. When aggravated, it becomes briefly invincible and massively faster. However, if attacked in sunlight, they will petrify. Vampire with the ability to steal your health should it bite you. When hurt, it'll either continue attacking, briefly and erratically run away, or turn into the biter, a far weaker but more unpredictable bat form. After a couple of seconds, it'll have regenerated enough to turn back into a fully healed vampire, effectively restarting the fight. Additionally, they'll also combust under broad daylight. Don't get caught in the blast when the sun rises. Bouncer is a self-serious fellow with no time to waste. The bouncer will calmly walk up to you before kicking you right in the potion bottles. Baker drops cake every time he takes damage. Unfortunately, their cakes were actually made in a factory, a bomb factory. They're bombs. One efficient means of transport for a goblin is the elusive slime, which the rancher is a specialist in controlling. With it, it can launch great heights up into the air, and even throw slime balls at you to slow you down. Errant wielding a mighty axe, they clumsily swing at you in the hopes that it'll butcher you. Casters' magic spells have the ability to puppeteer you mid-air, so make sure you avoid their projectiles at all costs. They can actually be effectively deflected with a shield, so use that to your advantage. When not targeting players, casters are on the lookout for villagers to transform into new goblins, so that they may join their nomadic ranks. Finally, this mod also adds some aggressive animals. Bull will attack husks and fight back against those who dare bring it harm. They could make for great allies if you plan on living in the desert. Boar is taiga-exclusive pig who will attack players and run from zombies should they get too close. Rooster is jungle-exclusive chicken who will hurt you if you dare hurt it. They're not afraid to fight any foxes, wolves, ocelots or cats nearby, so keep them well guarded if you've got a pet puppy about. Ram will knock you far and away should you try and harvest it for its meat. Its thick wool gives it a little armor, and when sheared, regrows quickly and consistently compared to a sheep's speed of wool regrowth. Rams are not fond of zombies or skeletons, and will attack either on sight. Note that vanilla hostile mobs now have a chance of mutating when they spawn. Zombies and skeletons have a chance of wearing armor, or merging with other mobs in the biome they are in. The abilities of these mobs will change, and they will gain some of the abilities of the creature they mixed with. All the links are in the description. Any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment, I will reply.